it's just so subjective, right? There's
Totally.
no objective scores, and even like IMDb and all that, it's just people throwing out a number. It's like, who cares if you got a 9 out of 10 IMDb star ranking? Who
Right.
cares? You know what I'm saying? Okay, some people are, just like reviews, like, oh, got a great review, therefore it's going to be a great movie. No, not at all. It's so up and down, across the board.
Yeah, no, I mean, filmmakers for years, we've been sold the fairy tale. We've been sold the Quentin Tarantino in the video store, and Kevin Smith and his $15,000, and Robert Rodriguez and his seven, and those are over 30 years ago, and we're still holding on to those stories. Like, this is how it is, and it's just
I mean, who knows?
for
I mean, you're right. That's what I'm saying. It's like using the
yeah,
lottery as an analogy. It's like
yeah,
for every one of those, there are how many thousands of people want these.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
with the internet, and it's just everyone can make a film now,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. It's gotten
So it's like
so cheap.
not everyone can play sport, but it
Yeah, any monk,
I mean, again, I'm
yeah,
not a
no, no,
doctor, so that's why I don't like to do a film. They don't want to hear this, but you know, thank God that's how innovation happens. It's like, screw it. Because of that dream making, that's how you have the next innovation. You're
yeah,
not thinking about like, I mean, if you're totally analytical, that you wouldn't do this business, for crying out loud. You wouldn't do it. The odds are so against you,
right,
right? But
yeah,
thank God for dreamers. Thank God for creative people. Thank God for risk takers, because
yeah,
that's what makes the world great, right?
totally,
It's just
100%.
when it comes to like investing money and and like, yeah, I don't want to lose money. I
Yeah,
wouldn't do it. But that's me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So do you think, because it's gotten so cheap to make movies, and there's so many more platforms, it's so easy to get on platforms now. Like, do you think just just the great volume of films, is it hurting the industry?
I think so. I mean, again, it's oversaturation, right? I mean, it's easy to kill a golden goose, right? And when I mean, theatrical business. I mean, how many crappy movies are out there? It's like after so many crappy movies, you ain't going to the movie theater anymore,
Right,
right? So yeah, I mean, there's never a saturation of good quality stuff.
right,
Never. I mean, there's a dearth of that. But again, what my good quality is completely different from yours. In theory, this whole business is very easy,
mm,
right? It's just like the catch-all. You hear from someone who's very successful, and they said, just come up with a good story. Like, what does a good story mean? Right?
right,
And
yeah,
everything looks good on paper. That's why it got greenlit. And everything looks educated. Oh, you got 20 million books sold. You have this install base. You have this star in there, and it fails,
yeah,
right? So you have those odds, and then you're telling me you have no book sales, you have no star, you're in a genre that doesn't perform. I mean, right away you just like increased your odds of success. I mean, decrease your odds for success.
mm,
You can still break through, but all of a sudden, instead of 1 out of 100, now it's 1 out of 500, right?
right,
There's still going to be one that wins, but so yeah, so there's only 24 hours in a day, and the more options that consumers have, be it just movies, be it Instagram, be it video games, be it pickleball, it's hard to like cut through the clutter. Of
right,
course, if it's going to be like just a tremendous like movie that has, that'll rise to the top. But yeah, yeah, more choices equal, and there's more choices, platform wise. So that was another, but again, the mistake is that that platforms make, and I see it a lot because I've
mm,
seen a lot of platforms go out of business, right? And I have friends that is like, hey, I got a couple $1 million. I'm going to create the next platform for, for green people,
mm,
but you know, just in like odds basis, if Verizon can spend $2 billion, and then go away with Go 90, that was their SVOD platform, $2 billion, and no one even knows about it.
right,
Or YouTube can spend $5 billion to, and 6 years to try to create a, YouTube Red where people
right,
pay for it, and create content, And then when they finally get it with Cobra Kai, the mega cooler, mega hit, and the great series that is, and then they just do the math and realize, holy crap, we should just make it for free. I mean, or just sell it to other platforms.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, those are gargantuan odds if you really think about it.